Hostias, joder, coño. Welcome back, guys, to another movie review. Today we're going to be talking about the Spanish horror film Rec. Rec is directed by Jaume Balagueró and Paco Plaza. This intense horror film stars Manuela, Velasco, Jorge Shaman Serrano, Pablo Rosso, and quite a few other actors. This is the modern Spanish horror film classic called Rec that it really is low-budget filmmaking at its finest, as it takes place pretty much all in one location and really leverages and takes advantage of that kind of single perspective handheld found footage style filmmaking that we see a lot in those early to mid kind of 2000s. This found footage comes from this what we can assume is an underwatched local TV news program called While You're Sleeping. The show is anchored by Angela, who is our main protagonist, as well as her cameraman, who's the gentleman behind the camera named Manu, as this evening they decide to go to a fire station to accompany a bunch of firefighters on their evening to see if any calls come in to potentially create some interesting or exciting material for this assumingly very underwatched program. They receive a call, they hop into the fire truck, and they head to an apartment building where they end up getting trapped with all of its residents and a couple of first responders, and some crazy stuff starts to go down. This film does an incredible job creating tension. It doesn't jump straight into the craziness, but rather eases us into the madness. It really leverages this kind of claustrophobic space that is this smaller apartment building, lobby, and stairway in tandem with its handheld found footage style cinematography to really kind of develop this sense of dread. Much of what we see as the night unfolds really is quite disturbing, but what works super well here is the anticipation. It is the time in between the bursts of violence and grotesque intensity that have us on edge and allow us to simmer and boil until we reach these climaxes. The camera work here does a great job of forcing our eyes to look places that we really don't want to and that we strongly desire to look elsewhere, whether that be down the dark hallway, around the corner, or peering down a flight of stairs. They really put us in the mix with these people, especially the camera crew, running away from the horror that unfolds and narrowly escaping, and really allowing us to feel like we are there with them. The acting from the whole cast is very natural, and it feels as though these people are real and that they all live in this building, or they are a part of this news crew, or they are first responders that are all going through this horrific experience. The setup for why we are where we are and why we're stuck where we are and what these circumstances are really works quite well and is logical and coherent in the context of this world that's been constructed, and really allows us to be invested into what is going on. In terms of something beyond the surface, I don't feel like there is too much there to really be analyzed. However, there is some very overt racism toward an immigrant Chinese family, which just feels like some authentic xenophobia within the context of the characters as opposed to any sort of specific commentary. It doesn't seem to really have a desire to go deeper than it is, but what it is fantastic. A terrifying tour de force, creating a creepy atmosphere with some really shocking scares. It is fast and raw and manages to kind of continuously level up in its intensity and packs a punch of an ending. Is it the best horror film of all time? Maybe not, but it really doesn't matter. It may not be on the elevated horror scale like some of the classics that manage to do some social commentary, or some of the modern ones that focus on some deeper themes, but it does deliver on some quality scares and some really well done low budget filmmaking. If you're into the horror genre, this will almost definitely be a home run for you. It is a well-made and deeply entertaining modern horror classic from Spain, and I highly recommend it. I will give Rec an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I do sincerely appreciate you guys coming by and checking out my videos. Let me know, what is your favorite modern horror film from the 2000s? And if you did enjoy this video and my other videos, please go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your people. And as always, I will see you guys in the next review.